Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I'm just cleansing and clearing and energizing with some Palo Santo. So just take in this beautiful cleansing, healing and alignment. So I'm setting the intention for a reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective, or anyone who views this video for the highest and greatest good, asking all beings of 100% light to surround us all in the light of heavenly protection. So I'm using the card has just jumped out there, so I'll read it at the end. It's jumped out face down. So I'm doing this reading for the week of the 16th of October through to the 22nd of October. And how are you dealing with these eclipse as we are moving through this eclipse portal? We have moved from the solstice through all those portals that we have been going through and being initiated. Things coming to the surface for us to really look at, and without projecting them outward, to really internalize things, but not to the point where we're over analyzing. There we have the 10 of Cups. So we have the 10 of Cups for Monday, for Tuesday, the World. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful energy. The World for Wednesday, the Page of Wands. Thursday, the Page of Swords, so something new coming in. Friday, the 8 of Swords. Saturday, the 4 of Pentacles. And Sunday, the Page of Pentacles. So we have 3 pages. The only page we haven't got is the Page of Cups. So we start off the week with the 10 of Cups, and this is our wishes being fulfilled. You can see there the rainbow. This is a promising of our happy ever after, to stay focused on that. So Monday, the week starts with a beautiful energy of feeling, taking us into those feelings of fulfillment, of really being able to focus now, feeling blessed in every area of our lives. This is our connection to our higher self. Lots of light coming in. And from Tuesday the 17th, we have, well, from now the Arcturian gateway is opening, so we are receiving this beautiful light from Arcturian, the spirit, the sun, the spiritual sun of Victorious, and it's merging with our sun, and it's 25 times bigger and brighter than our sun. So the energy that's coming through is bringing some upgrades, bringing some healing, and to really open ourselves up on Monday to get feeling the energy of that and opening up and aligning with it, keeping ourselves nice and calm, feeling blessed, feeling as we have just stepped into this card, which is one of spiritual enlightenment, our spiritual gifts. Everything is flowing in the most beautiful ways. So Monday is a wonderful, wonderful day, and the rainbow's always significant symbology of our loved ones in spirit who are at peace and are coming through and helping us to move through these times. Also the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So lots of abundant blessings coming with this gateway of Arcturus opening up. So Tuesday we have the World. So this is a card of completion. So completion of chapter of our lives. All cycles now closing. The opening of the Arcturian gateway is at its peak today. And the Arcturians are a high frequency and they are bringing light codes, upgrades through the light of the sun, through the light of the Arcturian sun, in the light particles that are coming in through our energy fields and merging and blending within our body. So old cycles closing down, old structures collapsing now as we're stepping into a new life, into a new way of being. So Tuesday, a wonderful day of really sitting, doing our healing work, bringing through those wonderful messages, do some creative writing, connect with those beautiful beings of the Arcturians, and they are supreme healers and they heal through eye contact. So if you visualize a beautiful being of light, look into their eyes and really take in and be open to their healing. Always protection. Know that if any kind of energy, if you're feeling any kind of doubt, just stop. Call in Archangel Michael. Calling in Archangel Michael as we're going through these times of change as well. There's a lot of shadow on the planet, so making sure that we are connected to beings of 100% light. And we will know because we will feel the immense love. And Archangel Michael comes through to let us know and to bring through the message that we're all protected. It's only when we fear something, it's only when we feel we're not protected that we put doubt in ourselves. We're moving back up into the higher realms, into the fifth and higher dimensions, and new timelines are creating as old ones are dissolving. And as I see this, I see a structure almost like the form of a ladder. As we take one step up, the old falls away. We take another step up and the old falls away. And it is to keep moving forward, not to look around at anything that may be going on that can really bring us out of alignment. This is the closing of old ways, old paradigms that are no longer serving us. It's nothing to fear. Calling on Archangel Michael and his legions of angels, his legions of light to surround us and protect us as we're moving up through this energy. And the energy from the Arcturians is coming through as a column of blue. Breathing in that column of blue through our crowns and allowing it to dissolve those old thought forms, those limiting beliefs, and allowing our mind to fill with light, bringing it through each and every chakra, through our third eye, our ear chakras, our throat chakra, our heart, our higher heart, our solar plexus, our sacral, our root, and down through into our roots, into the heart of Mother Earth, really bringing that column of light, holding us in that alignment where the light cleanses and clears and dissolves anything that's stopping us from moving forward. So Tuesday, a very powerful day, lots of light codes coming in. We are being bombarded with light, and anything that's not of that light will come up. And Pluto is squaring the South Node in Libra, and where the Sun is still in Libra. We're still in Libra season. So still going through the karmic cleansing, not holding on to old grudges, not holding on to old conflicts that we may have, just letting them dissolve into the light, and allowing ourselves to come into this alignment, knowing that we are safe, we are protected by beings of 100% light, of star beings, of galactic masters of 100% light. Our world is being held in light as Mother Earth receives these upgrades, as we do, and she starts to ascend, and we will ascend with her. She's being held in light as this ascension is doing an acceleration. So that's why we may see things around us that are so much in the shadow. So knowing that we are protected, calling on Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael's feast day is, Archangel Michael and the Archangel's feast day is the 29th of September, which is Libra season. And the sign of Libra is justice, and the figure, it's normally female, is blindfolded, so it shows that there's no prejudice, there's no judgment. The scales in one hand and the sword in the other, that brings down the light of truth. And I just feel Archangel Michael around us during this, because he has the sword of truth. He holds that sword and he places it right into the core of Mother Earth as we move through the equinox, through the eclipses, holds the balance, brings everything into harmonious balance as we're shifting through these seasons and as we're shifting through these changes. So know that Archangel Michael is with us. Protect ourselves in his beautiful sapphire blue cloak, knowing that he's protecting us in a column of heavenly light, that we are constantly receiving these upgrades, these light codes as we're moving around in our world, bringing light into every situation, into every area of our life. Then Wednesday we have the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is singing our song, speaking from our hearts, being guided by our hearts. This is our passion, our career, our love life, singing that beautiful song of our authentic self. So this is good news coming in. There's the sun shining. This crow is singing from his heart, not worrying what anybody else may be thinking. He is just singing his own song. And as we come into our authentic self that we are coming into alignment with, then we start to speak from our original blueprint, which is way back, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of lifetimes, from Lemuria. We're going all the way back to Lemuria and asking to connect with the wisdom that we have within us, to activate that from the core of us, the memory from Lemuria. And this is a beautiful time of messages coming through, wonderful messages coming through. And that's how we can tell when we are connecting to the angels, when we're connecting to the galactic masters of light or the star beings of light. They will only come through with love. There won't be any kind of doubt there. They won't put any fear there, never, because they're such a high vibration that fear can't reside there. So if we start getting fearful messages, it's coming from our own ego, our fears, or it's just to detach from that and keep breathing until we connect that pure channel of love, and it is the purest of love. So we know then when we're connecting to our higher self, we know when we're connecting to the benevolence, because it is a high frequency, and in that high frequency there is no trickery, there is no doubt, there is no fearful messages, only pure love, because nothing else can reside within the higher realms. So this is coming into that authenticity, singing our hearts out, singing from our hearts, and knowing that things may be chaotic in our lives. We will all be facing some kind of challenge, but as we focus on everything is in divine order, and we have that faith, and we connect and focus on positive outcomes, or feeling positive in this moment as much as we can, and being open to receiving this beautiful, harmonious messages from the heavens. It's a very galactical week. I'm sorry, there must be this spirit making my nose itch. And then we have Thursday, we have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords also is a new energy. But being discerning of what we're listening to. Don't get drawn into any news that we're not sure of. So if something comes to us and it doesn't feel right, know that, do some research, do some of our own research. But the Page of Swords is a young energy, something new coming in, a new way of thinking, because the swords are all around our thinking. So as we come into alignment with that new beginning, just being mindful of what we're listening to, what we're listening to from the outside world, and who we're listening to. Making sure that when we're hearing these messages, they are profound and inspiring and uplifting and are filled with love. And that's not to ignore what is going on in the outside world, but it's to be mindful of the energy we are placing outside, to pray from the pureness of our hearts, not from any anger, not from any fear or anxiety, but praying from a place of faith and holding that faith. And when any kind of thoughts may come in that bring doubt, breathe in that light, breathing it in through our crowns. This is our thoughts, it's a young energy. It could be somebody, it could be a young person, or a person who's in their maturity but still going through childhood stuff, childhood trauma, bringing through fear. So making sure that we are protected in a way that we know spiritually we are protected. We have Archangel Michael, his legions of light. We have galactic masters of light. We have heavenly protectors all around us to really stay in that light and not be tempted to go out of it and fill our minds with any kind of fearful thoughts, anxieties, or taking on another's challenges as they're projecting them onto us. This is a young energy. We will know it when we come across it, and it is just to be mindful that whatever anybody says, whatever anybody might project at us, is what they're going through. It's a projection, it's a perception. So to stay in that wisdom of this person is here to reflect something back at me. There's a reflection going on, to be able to identify that and go and follow those triggers if we are being triggered, to follow those triggers to where they take us, and to listen to those triggers, because they will keep occurring until we start listening to them. So yeah, Thursday, a day of just being mindful. It's only a small energy, it's nothing huge. Although if we start listening to it and start over analysing it and start believing fearful things going on, then it can become stressful. So Thursday, spend some time in meditation. Pluto is squaring the South Node of Libra, so it's relationships. So something could be triggered in our relationship on Thursday. Someone could say something flippant because the energy, the collective energy, is one of fear that's going on at the moment. So when we bring it back and to let go, realise that whatever somebody is saying to us, they're being triggered and they're projecting it onto us, and not for us to be triggered and project it back. So Thursday, a day of really taking ourselves away and remembering we've just received such a upgrade. Mother Earth's receiving the upgrade from Arcturus, and we are receiving it. So anything that's not of our original blueprint, anything that's not of our original blueprint, our authentic self, may come up on Thursday, that we want to go into battle, but we're going into battle with ourselves. So taking some time out, doing some self-healing, doing our cards, asking for guidance that way, listening and watching what's going on around us. The universe is guiding us this time. So this is only a young energy, something new coming in. Don't let it enlighten us, not bring us out of alignment. And then Friday we have the Eight of Swords, and you can see this crow feels trapped. So whatever energy is coming through on Thursday and Friday, it's very mental. And we may connect to the collective, whatever's going on, the fear that is all around us, and the things that are occurring in the world. But once we go into that place of fear, we then start to feed whatever situation it is, we feed it with more of the same. This is a card of feeling trapped. So what I'm being shown is wanting to be somewhere else other than where we are. So maybe we might be in a career or in a relationship that we wish we weren't in, but we feel trapped there. Maybe because of finances, we feel we can't move because of finances. But always know, if we are in a relationship or we are in a career, in whatever it may be, we're meant to be there to learn something, to serve some karma. And once we come into alignment with acceptance, and that is not going into a place of victimhood, it's acceptance of, I'm learning so much here, but my heart is taking me somewhere else, but my head is telling me all the reasons why I can't move forward, I can't move into this happy situation. Our head will keep us trapped. It will tell us all the reasons why we can't move. So there's an energy that's coming up with these extreme light that's coming in, it's going to bring some shadow up of looking at and really testing our faith. Our head will tell us and keep us in our past. Our faith will help us to stay in this moment and move forward. So on Friday, the card of the Eight of Swords. We may feel like we're backed into a corner. Our head will be telling us all the reasons why we can't move into this new experience that we are visualizing, and that opportunities that are presenting themselves. So we're going to be tested. So it's a time of, okay, I'm going to follow my heart. I'm dropping into my heart. I'm listening to what my higher heart is telling me and the way it's guiding me, not my head. And this is making that transition from our head into our heart, because in our head, it's a limiting belief that's going on. In our hearts, in our higher heart, there's just expansion. It's the gateway between heaven and earth. So coming into our hearts, coming out of our heads, no matter what stories our head may be telling us on Friday, to really be aware, be mindful. If we are being bombarded with fearful stories, no matter which way we turn, then we've got to go even deeper within and find that solitude within us, that peace within us, that light within us that embraces us and holds us. And when we connect with that light, our heavenly light, we are safe. That's our protection. So Friday, being mindful to keep ourselves in alignment, to bring our protection in, to stay in that light. And this week is it's a positive week. And these are minor things. There's no major arcana this week. There's no huge energy. There might be little tests coming up, but if we don't nip them in the bud and take our attention away, before we know it, we may get lost into a fearful place that's going to bring us anxiety. So doing the angels are coming through telling us to do all our spiritual rituals, to really enforce them this week as we're moving through this portal of the eclipse. With this eclipse that we're moving to, the lunar eclipse, is around emotions, but it's also communicating so beautifully with Jupiter, the planet of expansion. So it's just getting through this time to the lunar eclipse on the 28th of October, that's in Taurus. But Taurus and Jupiter, it's a beautiful energy of expansion, of spiritual understanding, and lots of downloads coming in. So anything that's not in keeping with this, anything that's keeping us in a lower state of being, up into the third dimension, is going to be coming up, asking us to just change that thought, come into the moment, take a breath. Just take a breath. No matter what's coming at us, just take a breath and pause. We don't have to react. We don't have to make any rash decisions. Just take a breath. Saturday, we have the Four of Pentacles, asking us, what are we holding on to? This energy is pulling and pulling and pulling at us. Our shadow is tapping at us So what is it we're holding on? What is it we can't let go of? And with Pluto in its final degrees in Capricorn, shifting and dissolving and collapsing old beliefs, this is a powerful time of change. So really looking at any grudges we may be holding on to, any grudges, any fallouts from years ago, or whatever it may be, wherever we're holding a grudge at someone. Everybody in our reality, we've come lifetime after lifetime with. We've spent lifetimes with each other, and we'll come back and dance that merry dance of karma until we find that and feel that forgiveness, true forgiveness, and let go. Because this is the crow is holding on to its pentacles, where we fear of not having enough, where we feel the transition of whatever may be occurring now. There's huge changes. We're going through a massive change. Mother Earth is going through a massive and huge ascension, and we're all moving with her. We have light all around Mother Earth, holding her in supreme love. And to trust that we are also being held in that supreme love. So we are able to let go without feeling that we are giving that person power. That, okay, I'm letting go, and I was wrong, you was right. It's nothing like that. It's letting go of the energy. It's letting go of how that grudge has made us feel. And sometimes we internalize it. We have a battle going on inside us. So Pluto squaring the South Node in Libra with relationships is asking us to look at what we're internalizing within our relationships, to really help and call for healing for those grudges, those conflicts to be dissolved, and letting go of carrying it any further, letting go of anything that's happened before that moment that this card is on Saturday, letting go of everything before. Take a breath and clean slate, complete clean slate, because the week starts with such a powerful upgrade, powerful beings of light all around us, helping us to cleanse these ancestral and past life programs, conflicts, to find that forgiveness and forgive ourselves for not knowing any better in the past. That true forgiveness and that is self-love. That is so healing, because we have come and we've gained so much wisdom from everything we've been in our past, that we can't go back and in regret that we didn't have this wisdom then, because we all had to go through our own learning to be able to come into this moment of, okay, I can forgive myself, and I can go into my past and hold her and tell her that everything's going to be okay, that not to fear, because that fear is actually blocking. I'm feeling that fear will resonate through our lifetimes to this moment, so we can go back and do the healing of our past lives, of our ancestors, and bring every essence of our soul back into this moment, into the wholeness, into love. So when we're holding on to something that we are projecting here, that it seems so real that it's happening, it's actually an accumulation of past life meetings with the person, the past life ancestral conflicts that may have gone on, the beliefs that we formed through our ancestors. So it's huge. This week is huge, moving through this eclipse. And the antidote, as the angels keep bringing through, is peace. Peace and love. And letting ourselves off the hook to be free, and letting everybody else to be who they are without forming a judgment, because this is Libra, the scales of justice. And when I see Libra, I see Mahat, who holds those scales that when we pass, she measures our heart on one side of the scale and an ostrich feather on the other. And if our heart is weighing heavy, we come back into this lifetime and we go through those experiences to learn. And so this is a time of, as we started off the week with the world and the closing up of old cycles, these are the old cycles we're closing up on this week. This is the karmic cycle that's ending the moment we let it go, the moment we choose not to feel that way. Everything's a choice. So on Saturday, after this huge week, and Saturday is in 11 days, it's an 11 portal, and reminds us to stay positive, to really focus on the positive, and that will dissolve the karmic cycle that we may be holding on to, that we, even though we may want to let it go, we just have that angst inside, a feeling inside that no matter what we tell ourselves, it just grips us and grips us. And this is Pluto square in the South Node. We have Chiron in Aries in the North Node, helping us to heal from these I am wounds, to help us to come into that place of our true authentic self. And our true authentic blueprint doesn't hold grudge, it doesn't go to war, it stays in peace. And this is what we're all learning, especially with what's going on in the outside world, that there's so much shadow, there's so many places in the world that are at war. And when we look at that and we start to hold on to the anger that we may have, we stay in that energetic cycle, that karmic cycle. When we let go and pray from our hearts, sending light into every area, every possible being that will accept the light, sending light there, praying that earth angels go into those places that are so needed and are able to help those people that are in a desperate situation. Visualize earth angels going in there, filled with light, holding them, healing them all over the world. And doing that, whatever we intend, it starts off a process. And if we all do that, if the power of that light, the power of light will always overcome darkness. You switch a light on in a dark room, the light disappears. Even if we just light a candle, it brings in light. So when we focus on turning on the floodlights, connecting to the Supreme, the higher powers, and sending that light throughout the world, and just letting go and sending it into our own personal life as well, into those grudges that we may be at war with someone. It could be someone close, it could be somebody that we're acquainted with. Any grudges at this time, anywhere where we are holding on to the old stories of unforgiveness of what this person's done and what that person's done, letting it go now, really letting it go. It's too heavy to carry, it really is. It causes illness, it causes dis-ease, it causes a build-up of our shadow. So this week we start off with this benevolent light coming in, this powerful light, these upgrades that we're all receiving. Every plant, every blade of grass, even our pets are feeling this immense light. They're going through their cleansings as well, to hold them and nurture them as they're going through their time of whatever they may be going through, and making sure that we are not projecting fear onto those, that we are just holding them in peace, that we're sending peace throughout the world. So Saturday really is a day where we look at our shadow and why are we holding on to it? Why are we holding on to our shadow and projecting our shadow onto another person? And allowing our hands to just release and just let go. Let us all just let go, so that we all can come together in support of each other in these immense times. And then Sunday we've got the Page of Pentacles. So from this week of going through those cleansings that Pluto is holding us there. Pluto in Capricorn, breaking down those old structures, and it is in a crisis point because it's at the very end of Capricorn. So it can get intense because it's focusing on our relationships, and before we know it, we can be in a battle with somebody from those old emotions that we are holding, have stored within us. But the only person that we are going into battle with anybody out there, is ourselves. So Sunday, the Ace of Pentacles, from this week of coming in with this beautiful light-filled energy, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, the completion of these karmic cycles, things coming to a close, the planets are all situated. Mercury moves into Scorpio, so this is talking about and communicating our deep emotions, these deep emotions that Pluto pulls us into, and having those conversations and doing the talking therapy with somebody that you can go and speak to, a therapist, that she or he can clear the room and align and hold the space while you let go of everything that you've been holding on to, without fear of being judged, knowing that there's no judgment. We're all a reflection of each other. So Sunday, we come through this week into a new beginning. The Page of Pentacles. So we've gone through the Page of Wands, bringing in those beautiful messages. The Page of Swords, maybe asking us to really look at what's going on within our minds, to choose enlightening thoughts. And then the Page of Pentacles, bringing in that new beginning, new energy coming in as we let go of the dis-ease that we have within us, that's resonating throughout our lives, and our body will tell us exactly where we're holding on to any disease, any conflict, because we'll hold it there. So any area of our body that has been in discomfort, no, it's telling us that we're holding on to some tension there. And to allow healing, this beautiful healing from the Arcturians, and they bring in at the beginning of the week and through the week the peak on the 17th, but they bring in joy. They bring joy and love and happiness. That's what we're here to, this is what we're here to experience. But somehow we've been conditioned into the complete opposite. They bring in that energy, that beautiful portal that's opened, and that column of light that's going to come in through our energy field, in through our crown and through our chakras. They bring joy. They help us to remember, because they're full of joy. They're full of happiness. They send that healing through their eyes. So if you sit and call the Arcturians in and visualize them there, sending healing in through their eyes, into our eyes are the mirrors of our soul. So sending that soul healing, helping us to awaken, to remember the joy of life, the joy of who we are, the wellness and well-being of who we are, the prosperity and the divine abundant beings that we are. This is Sunday, coming in after a week of the karmic cycles collapsing and dissolving. And as I visualize, the way they bring it through is we move up a step and then that collapses, we move up another and then that until we move our way up into the 5th and higher dimensions, and we're already up into the highest dimensions. We're already Christed light within. We're just following the breadcrumbs back home, and those breadcrumbs are our triggers, are our conflicts of I'm dissolving with love. I'm taking my attention away, not in resistance, not in ignorance, not suppressing it. I'm actually looking at my part I'm playing as well, and owning up to that, and being in the truth of that. Because what we are perceiving in one person has got to be somewhere within us, otherwise we wouldn't perceive it. It wouldn't be there. It's a story we tell ourselves, about our career, about other people. Letting all that go. Archangel Michael's around us. This is the time and the energy of Archangel Michael, bringing that sword of justice in, cutting those cords, bringing those karmic cycles to an end. Breathe in that breath of relief and release as we go through this immense time. So calling on Archangel Michael, feeling Archangel Michael. In Libra is the time of Archangel Michael, as it's the Feast of the Archangels, Archangel Michael, and the Feast of the Archangels on the 29th of September, which is in Libra season, and we're in this time of justice. In Libra, it's all about that coming now, that closing of karmic cycles that we're all facing in one way or another, but we'll all do it different, but it will feel intense for each one of us. Somebody may be going through it and it doesn't really, we can't see the intensity of it. They could be going through something small, but it's huge to them because they've got past lives of that intense energy, and it is to hold space and hold light for ourselves and everyone as we're going through this immense shift into from this shadow that's occurring into light. It's a choice. So a huge week, even though these are minor cards. So the energy is helping us to nip things in the bud, to really ask us to what part are we playing in the reflection, in what we are projecting into the outside world, and to come back into harmonious relationship with ourselves, with everyone, and then we come into harmonious relationship with the planets that they are neutral unless we start feeling something, and then they amplify it. Pluto is neutral until we start to bring up a karmic cycle that needs to be ended. It's a death of our old self and a rebirth of our authentic self. So have a wonderful, wonderful week. Again, this has been a long video, and if you've stayed with me to the end, I am so grateful. And thank you so much for listening and for your comments as well. They do mean so much, and thank you so much. God bless. Sending healing to anyone who needs it at this time, knowing that you are surrounded with healing light within you and all around you. Just tap into it, and extra love going your way. Thank you for listening. God bless.